Currently ranked the 9th best tennis player on the planet, Jannik Sinner is one of a kind. His rise to superstardom has been unique and unlikely, as tennis wasn't even his first sport of choice. So let's take a look at Jannik Sinner's lifestyle and net worth to find out more about the young star. Number 9. Jannik Sinner's early life. Jannik Sinner was born on August 16, 2001 in Innichen, Italy. Innichen is a German-speaking region of South Tyrol in northern Italy and is one of the reasons why Sinner is fluent in German. He grew up in a town called Sexton with his brother Mark. In Sexton, his father Johann worked as a chef, while his mother worked as a waitress at a ski lodge. Working at a ski lodge, it was natural for Jannik to spend his early childhood surrounded by skiing, so it's no wonder that Jannik's first love was skiing. At just age 3, he picked up both skiing and tennis, and by the time he turned 8 years old, he was a top junior skier in Italy. He won a national championship in giant slalom, an alpine skiing discipline, when he was just 9, and earned a national runner-up when he was 12. As adults, it is difficult to multitask and juggle too many things, so it's hard to blame Jannik for actually giving up the sport that would eventually make him world famous. He was 7 years old when he decided to focus completely on skiing and forget about tennis. In fact, even when Jannik picked back up the tennis racket, it was his third priority behind skiing and football. When he resumed playing, he began working with Herbert Mayer as his first regular coach. However, that's just the beginning of this tennis journey, so keep watching to see more. Number 8. How he started tennis. Jannik might have been introduced to tennis at a young age, but he wouldn't get serious about the sport until he was 13 years old. Now, you might be wondering why Sinner even switched between the two sports, as he was clearly having success in skiing too. Well, the answer is pretty simple and childlike. Jannik enjoyed tennis more than skiing, so to focus on tennis the correct way, he moved to the Italian Riviera to train with Riccardo Piatti, a renowned veteran tennis coach in Italy. Another reason why he wanted to leave skiing behind for tennis was because of the competition. In tennis, you get to directly compete with your opponent one-on-one, and Jannik loved this idea. He also wanted to make the sport that he picked as an individual sport rather than something like football, because he wanted to know that winning or losing was all up to him, and not because someone else messed up or did something good on his team. While he trained with Piatti, Jannik lived with the family of Luka Satovic, another one of his coaches. And since Jannik went from playing tennis just 2 times a week to training in the sport like a full-time job, but it was not smooth sailing for Jannik. He had to work hard to earn his accolades. So stay locked in to see what he had to deal with next. Number 7. Junior career. Unlike many other tennis superstars, Jannik didn't find success early. He played the main draw of any high-level Grade 1 events in singles. In the Italy Grade A tournament, he lost in the opening round. He never played any of the junior Grand Slam tournaments, and all of this resulted in him having a low ranking of 133. However, a part of this was also Jannik's unique understanding. He opted for a different route and forewent many of the top junior tournaments, so there wasn't a clear understanding of how good Sinner really was before he hit the pro scenes. Now, this might have helped him catch plenty of his early opponents off guard, but soon enough, the world would know just how good Sinner was. So keep watching to see Sinner's best career moments. Number 6. Career achievements. Sinner officially began playing on the ITF men's circuit in 2018, but it wouldn't be until February of 2019 that he was his first ATP Challenger title in Bergamo. He was just 17 years and 6 months old at the time and became the first person born in 2001 to reach a Challenger final. He was also the youngest Italian to win a Challenger title in history. However, that would just be the first of many, so stay tuned. Sinner's first ATP Masters win came at the Italian Open. A month later, he won his second ATP Challenger title, making him one of 11 17-year-olds to have won multiple Challenger titles. He would also go on to become the youngest player in 5 years to reach an ATP semifinal. He finished that year ranked 78th in the world, which made him the youngest player to end the year in the top 80 since the great Rafael Nadal did it in 2003. He would also be named the ATP Newcomer of the Year. So it is safe to say that Sinner had arrived. But Sinner wasn't done making waves yet. He would go on to become the youngest quarterfinalist at the French Open since Novak Djokovic, the first to make the quarterfinals on debut since Rafael Nadal, and the youngest Italian tour-level champion in the Open era, and also the youngest overall to win an ATP title since Ken Nishikori.
Sinner takes it in 3 very, very good sets of tennis.
He would also go on to become the youngest to win back-to-back ATP titles since Nadal. Sinner was the first Italian finalist and champion in Washington's tournament history, as well as the youngest ATP 500 and first teen champion since the category was created in 2009. Sinner would go on to become the youngest man to win 5 ATP titles since Novak Djokovic. Sinner has won 6 ATP titles in singles and 1 in doubles, and became the youngest ATP title holder since 2008 by winning the Sofia Open, and the youngest to have 5 titles since Djokovic. So it certainly seems like Sinner made the correct choice on giving up skiing for tennis, as not only he found massive success in the sport, but also outside of it. So stick around to see which world-famous brands he has worked with. Number 5. Various sponsorships. When you're a young star who has yet to reach his prime but shows incredible potential, it's not hard to see why the brands all over the world will want to work with you. And that has been Sinner's story ever since he exploded into the tennis world as a teen. In his budding career, Sinner has already worked with some of the biggest brands on the planet, and these include the likes of Nike, Rolex, Fastweb, Lavazza Italy, and Parmigiano Reggiano. Now, of course, we'd love to know how the ins and outs of these contracts are, and we're sure that they are very lucrative. But there is even more. Sinner is the brand ambassador for the famous car company Alfa Romeo. Now, we're sure that some of the perks of that relationship include a healthy discount on the famous car brand. So it seems like Sinner is doing well for himself when it comes to sponsorship money, but that's not the only thing that's been fattening his pockets. Of course, his main source of earning comes from his tennis winnings, so stick around and find out how much he's made in his career. Number 4. Tennis winnings. The last couple of years have been very financially successful for Jannik Sinner, so let's start out with his breakout year first and work our way to the top. So stay tuned to see his biggest cash prizes. His first successful year came in 2019, where he earned nearly $640,000. This included $372,000 for winning the Next Gen ATP final, while doing well in several other tournaments, which netted him between $30,000 to $50,000. The following year, he would earn around $735,000 in tournament winnings, and that included a €283,500 score, a $128,000 prize, and several cash finishes in various tournaments. However, that is just the beginning of Sinner's winnings, so stay tuned for the biggest prize finishes. In 2021, Sinner's earnings tripled to $2.1 million. This included a $266,000 prize, a $265,000 check, $350,000 for winning the Washington tournament, and several other prize finishes. The very next year, Sinner would have his best financial year, as in 2022, he would net more than $2.7 million, which included $445,000 for reaching the quarterfinals of the US Open, $310,000 for his quarterfinal finish in Wimbledon, and $260,000 for winning the ATP Cup. Number 3. Social media presence. Like most people nowadays, Jannik Sinner is pretty active on social media. His two go-to choices are Instagram and Twitter. On Instagram, he has over 710,000 followers. There, he posts pictures of him training, promoting various different brands, and stunning sights of the Alpine Mountains. And it seems as if he hasn't totally given up on skiing, as he regularly posts his favorite hobby too. His Twitter feed is largely the same, and on that platform, he has over 105,000 followers. Number 2, his personal life. When Sinner isn't traveling around the world to play tennis or spending time back home in Italy with his parents, he resides in Monte Carlo, Monaco. Talk about living the good life, as Monaco is often regarded as one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And as for his football fandom, Sinner is an avid fan of AC Milan and roots for them whenever he can. While in tennis, his idol is Andrea Seppi. However, his goal is to pass Seppi in achievements and hopes to rival his other idols, Roger Federer and Novak Djokovic. His dating life is mostly kept secret. However, he did date Instagram influencer Maria Braccini for a while before the couple ended up calling it quits. Number 1, his net worth. It is clear that Sinner has found a massive success in the world of tennis. Not only has he won several highly regarded tournaments, but he has also garnered the attention of quite a few luxury brands. When you combine the two, you're looking at a net worth of about $3 to $5 million. Sinner is still young and seems to be at the cusp of superstardom, so his net worth is bound to double or triple in the coming years. Now, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell beside it so that you're notified the next time we upload a new video. And with that being said, you just watched the lifestyle and net worth of Jannik Sinner. We'll see you next time.